When Russia attacked Georgia back in 2008, everybody was surprised. Oh, what's happening? This war, what's going on? And I started to look at Russia differently at that point. I was suspicious of Putin, obviously. Who's that guy? But and then Georgia happened, so I started to perceive his actions and Russia's actions, and I started to see a pattern. I saw how they talked, how they started to make history revisions, especially for the Baltic states, for instance, that Soviet Union was right to occupy the Baltics and blah blah blah. And actually, I told in public, in the press, in the very beginning of 2013, that I started to feel that Ukraine is going to be the next issue. I didn't know when, but it was like a bad feeling I had. And 14, Crimea. I saw what happened, and also should say probably I have a background in some kind of Swedish intelligence, something. I see a Russian soldier, and I know what I see. I remember in Crimea, I looked at the weapons that they were sporting, the new Kalashnikovs, the Val suppressed, integrated suppressor service. I saw this is Russian Federation. They are attacking Ukraine. Then Donbass started, and I saw these uprising, rebels, whatever. This is just bullshit. Russia is attacking Ukraine, and I understood that if we let this happen, next target for Russia is the Baltic states, obviously. So Lithuania, I live there. It's not gonna happen. You're not gonna pass this time. I looked at the Ukrainian army, and I saw they had lots of problems. There was a very, very, how should we say, they had, so many problems. I understood that, but they were fighting, and people younged up, volunteers. So I had decided quickly that I'm going to support the people that fight in Ukraine from Lithuania. And we did. And the beginning, of course, people in Lithuania understand we got together some money, a couple of 10,000 euro, whatever. And we started to go there. My first trip was to Donetsk airport, not in the airport, but near the airport. And we got involved in the war. And quite quickly, we started to be quite efficient. For many reasons, that's maybe not for this interview, but so it's been going on. I've been telling for 10 years now. I told war is coming. Russia is gonna do something more. Gonna attack. Gonna be open war. Nobody really it's unfortunate. Donbass, whatever. War is coming, and eventually, what happened in 2022 when Russia attacked was that people understood, especially in Lithuania, but I was right. So they started to donate as crazy. So I gathered millions and millions and millions. Our NGO, it's not only me, other people obviously, we gathered millions and millions of euros. So we could start to support in a whole different way. We support Ukraine every day. When something, drones, this anti-drone, this is the Lithuanian anti-drone, extremely efficient, made in Lithuania. We provide them by the hundreds. So we also, of course, provide drones. This is an FPV drone that we also provide in the hundreds, together with partner organization in Ukraine, to fight. If you don't have ammunition, if you don't have shells, use drones. Very simple. No, we are not helping enough, and we're not helping in the way we should. We must understand that war in Ukraine, when you have been in the war, you see how it works, what is efficient, how you, for instance, have to decentralize the support effort. You cannot do everything via a centralized system. Ukraine is tricky. Not everything works out as it should, and in order to be fast enough, we are working with the units all the time, brigades, regiments, etc., because we have learned that is the way that you get most effect for your support. And also, another thing, you start to understand the war. You understand what you're looking at. Now, what is the biggest problem, I think, for the European Union and most of others, they are helping. We have to be fighting. Yes, we can help. We don't have to fight ourselves. We have to be understand we are fighting by helping. Now we are providing support. We call it, it's a term, we call it firework politics. Oh, we handed over some tanks, we handed over some, whoa. But you have to understand in the war, you have to follow through. You have to be a part of this war support effort, as we are. And that is not, we're not there yet. So it's both about volumes. I always say we have to do 10 times more now, so that we don't have to do 100 times more in the future. So it's both about volumes, but also about how the support is provided. And the basic problem here is that European politicians, and also not only European, but they do not want to admit that at this point we are at war in Russia. That's the biggest problem.